Guys, welcome in MTG Game State. It's your boy Smoke Packs. The MTG market is kind of chilling out. We're just waiting for Duskmorn to show up and give all the market cards what they need to see increase in price. I'm riffing off the top of my head. Let's just get straight into it, please. Boom. All right, guys. So what I really want to talk about, kind of MTG marketplace is kind of chill. Everything's kind of, old cards are kind of seeing an increase in price at a very slow rate, and new cards are kind of just trying to find their price point. Lord of the Rings cards are honestly always going to be moving up in price, especially those holiday gift bundles. So overall, there's really not much news to really even get into. I mean, we have the MTG Magic the Gathering Netflix show, but it really doesn't interest me too much to talk about on the segment. So we're gonna get into just what I thought is some more interesting news on the Magic side, and then on the market side of things, I have some interesting top three. So here we go. So MTG Marvel crossover first look has been announced. Now, I know it's kind of says it's been announced, but really this is kind of the announcement before the announcement. And on the YouTube side of things, we'll have all of the article links in the description. So Universes Beyond crossovers are nothing new in MTG at this point. We've had a lot of sets of all shapes and sizes, as well as countless secret layer drops. Wizard of the Coast isn't going to stop anytime soon. However, in fact, 2025, which we talked about last episode, is going to be above and beyond the biggest and arguably best crossovers to date. Specifically, we're going to have Final Fantasy and the Marvel crossover set. And they're going to be full-on sets, like 180 plus card sets. The Magic card, or the Marvel Magic set is going to be two separate sets. I'm assuming heroes, villains. Basically, a video dropped we could watch and get into, realistically, if you really want to go there. We could pause the music and just rewatch. It's just kind of a little cute video of a mom and their child.
The first time you see those pages, everything changes. They're a gateway to new worlds.
I love this epic marketing, though, because, I mean, Magic the Gathering and comic books are generally for younger people, realistically, but let's see what they're trying to do here.
You share your heroes with the people you love.
This mom played Magic cards. We know she did.
Adventures that will last forever. There's really only one word to describe.
Dude, you see how he used the Magic card as a bookmark? I do that all the time, though. That was kind of funny. Collaboration years in the making. Yeah, this is like, their marketing for the Marvel set was dead-ass actual children. I get it, Marvel. Which is kind of interesting, especially since we play Marvel Snap, which is a bit more of an older crowd. I feel like the marketing in that video was aimed at the more younger Pokemon generation who are Marvel kids, which I get. We got the movies and all that, but I don't know. Maybe I don't want to critique too hard, but maybe missed opportunity, I feel, trying to get that more edgier older crowd. That Gen X really is driving both markets of Magic and comic books. So that was really more my top of my head thoughts right there. I already read over this article earlier. We're not really going to get any information on a whole Marvel set anytime soon until New York Comic Con, where they're going to debut Marvel information as well as the Magic Marvel set. So October 28th, we'll check back in on that. Other than that, we're just kind of sitting around waiting around. And yes, Psycor, they are going to be making a Magic the Gathering Netflix series. It originally had the Russo brothers on development, but that got canceled. And now they have a new director picking it back up. So I don't really know how I feel about that show. It's going to be cartoon, so it will be cool. But the Magic lore, I feel like if you're going to make a cartoon about it, you should really do it on the older 90s stuff to really draw in people. They're kind of going with the more modern characters. So we'll see what happens with that. So kind of killing two birds with one article right there. I'm also excited for the Final Fantasy set, realistically. I think that's going to have a real gigantic artifact like list, for all the weapons. You want some Final Fantasy 14 nods? Okay. Pokemon Pocket, not to derail anything, that is also going to be a big thing. Me and some of the Marvel Snap homies have been talking about playing it. I know, shout out to Exterminator and the Cream Team. I have a bone to pick with him. We had to fight each other day one in that game. So, shout out Nintendo in the middle of the segment. Here we go. Moving on to the next article, one of the worst MTG cards ever, jumps in price by 200%. Now, this is kind of funny. Card from Zendikar, and the first Zendikar set is technically HP Lovecraft themed inspired set, but more off of the Dream Cycle. So we're gonna have a more mystical Dream World set in like theme in that set. And I like this card right here, Selective Memory. It's a 4-drop sorcery. Search your library for any number of non-land cards, exile them, then shuffle your library. Now, this card has gone pretty much nowhere for a very long time, but we're seeing it jump up in price. I think they're reporting that it's gone from 60 cents to $1.80, so 200% here from Wargamer. The reason is Thassa's Oracle. Now, Thassa's Oracle, any of my Magic players, we all know what Thoracle does, but I'll read it for the uninitiated. This is specifically for Commander, but you can do this in the 60 card. Also Legacy probably cares about trying to do this kind of combo. But when it enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put up to one of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. What does that even mean, Smoke Packs? What the F are you freaking saying? Basically what I'm saying is this card wants you to mill yourself out, and then it checks if you have no cards, then whatever X was. So if X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. So you want to mill yourself out to 0. You win the game before the game checks that you have no cards in hand, I believe. I believe that's what happens. Anyone in the comments section, please roast me if I don't really understand. But people thought like, oh, you could use this, get rid of all of your non-land cards, keep all of your lands, and then Thassa's Oracle somehow. But it didn't really work. But now you could basically make a 0-land mono blue deck with the modal dual-face cards. There's so much lands now. They're basically technically spells that you could do this and basically take all your non-land permanents, all your non-land cards, my bad, and exile them. So it's not even permanents, it says non-land cards. That's gonna hit your instants, your sorceries, all these mortal dual-face cards. You could make a very funny, very mean, selective Oracle combo. This is what they're calling it. Selective Memory, Thassa's Oracle, and then the mortal dual-face cards. So that's basically what they're trying to get here. There's a video in the article that you guys can watch. Recommend you do. This is from Wargamer. Article will be in the description. I just wanted to highlight that. That's really interesting, just getting into more of a little bit of market knowledge from the other article provider here. Shout out Matt Basil on the article as well. This is not my knowledge. I'm kind of just riffing off of what he wrote. So just wanted to bring and highlight that on the segment. Moving on to everyone's favorite, Market Watch. Guys, it's been crazy. We already were talking about this card earlier from a member of the channel, Kiyoshi, and we already were seeing it rise in price a minute ago, but Starfield of Nyx is jumping up the Magic Origins price, or Magic Origins printing. Average listing, $13. It's being shot up. Market's been buying at close to 5. So we're seeing the listing get back up to 20 bones from back in 2022. And the reason is the new Amanatu commander and Keeper of the Keys commander card, where it's going to care about milling yourself and returning enchantments to the battlefield. So you can basically mill this, return it to the battlefield, and then it gives you 4 any mana and a white, so it's 5 enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. As long as you control 5 or more enchantments, each other non-aura enchantment you control is a creature in addition to its other types. Its base power and toughness equal to its mana value. Now I know that's a whole mouthful, but basically you mill yourself out with that one commander, Keeper of the Keys. it returns enchantments. You want to return this, you'll have enough enchantments out to activate Starfield your next turn if you mill more of yourself out to keep bringing out enchantments. Your enchantments on the board are creatures, and you're going to kind of have maybe a mid to late game state just from your commander's ability triggering to bring this back to trigger multiple effects. I think specifically this card, it is only printed in a commander set. It looks like a recent one. And then Magic Origins, which is an old school, I'd say, base set. I'd say this would command a high price. This would be like your doubling season card, maybe. I wouldn't say it's going to be like $30, but it should be up to $20 realistically, the Magic Origins. But if it isn't Commander, it might get reprinted in the future in another Commander deck. We'll see. So that could bring it down to $7 to $10. So that's card 1. Card 2. This is going to be more for any of my older players. You might know this card. We all do. Bedlam. 4-drop enchantment. 2 of any color and 2 red. Creatures can't block. It's everyone on the whole board. I think this is good for Attack Matters deck. Just very aggressive decks. Even if you lose the ability to block, maybe that might not matter. Maybe this even matters in a group hug commander build. Didn't really do too much looking into why. I just saw that we're seeing average listing being put to $8.99 on TCG Player. Originally, the market was buying at $3, maybe close to $4. So we're seeing this rounded up to $9 being listed, and even then it's being bought at $4. And this is from Urza's Saga. Urza's Saga tends to have better enchantments, and even artifacts, albeit they tend to be at 5 to 6 cost. So a 4-drop enchantment from Urza's Saga that gives a pretty powerful, crazy effect, I think is really funny and pretty much deserves to be at $6 to $10. So we'll see this. We'll keep looking and tracking at this. Just want to get that off my chest right there. Hitting into number 3. For my ninjas, any of my ninja players, Sakashima's Student from Plane Chase 2012. It's a 4-drop, 2 of whatever color, 2 blue human ninja. It has ninjutsu, you can pay 2. Return an unblocked attacker you control to hand. Put this card onto the battlefield from your hand tapped and attacking. You may have Sakashima's Student enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a ninja. A lot going on here, so you get to sneak it in for cheap if you have something unblocked, and then it's going to copy. This kind of already sees a lot of use in Commander. It's really only printed in the list and Plane Chase Anthology, and then Plane Chase 2012 in its original debut. Originally, we were seeing this at like close to, what, $90, $100? That's insane. But I'm seeing average listing on TCG Player $37. Market's buying at $21, $20 maybe. So I think it's just an old ninja card. It's from, again, we always talk about this on the show. It's just older premium sets, not a lot of a spread in reprints. And even if it did have a high spread of reprints, depending on what those sets were, could command its price and its change. The list Plane Chase sets, those are premium sets in my opinion, so this stays at the price it should be at. I think it's just, market's kind of understanding what's going on here, and it's good for ninja creature type. Now, our honorable mention, this was really hard to pick. I had so many, more in the $2 to $3 range. This is gonna be from a set that hasn't even released yet. It's from Mystery Boosters 2. Snow Covered Wastes. What up, Yoda Master? We got Yoda Master calling in. What's good? Let me get you tuned up a bit. Bro. What's good? We're just doing the segment, running it back. So I'm bringing up Snow Covered Wastes from Mystery Boosters 2 as our honorable mention. This card hasn't dropped yet. And I think Yoda Master, you have a waste card that's snow covered, don't you?
I do.
And I was telling you, you should hold those down because one, wastes are pretty uncommon. If it's foil, which I think you have, that might be even better. We only see them in Modern Horizons 3 as a snow covered. This is just snow covered. Originally, they had full art and regular art printings in Zendikar Return Part 2. Now, Mystery Boosters, potentially average listing. I'm seeing the market says this white bordered, this this white bordered meme card is going to be 49 bucks, close to 50. But realistically, potentially, this might be $3. I just wanted to bring this up because this is more of a meme. This is more of a joke card for the Mystery Boosters 2. Yoda Master, who just called in, he is getting Mystery Boosters 2 Convention in a box, so he has a potential to pull this card. And if it's worth 50 bucks non-foil, potentially, maybe even 20, as just spoiled, I'd say hold it down just like I told him for his Modern Horizons 3 snow-covered waste. Hold that shit down. Now, guys, that's really all I got for the Market Watch video today, MTG Game State. We just kind of dive on into these things. We don't really think about it too much. A lot of planning, but not a lot of script writing just off the dome. So let me know what you guys think about that. All the articles will be in the description as well. That's it. Thank you.